Good morning again. I wanted to welcome you all to the Student of the Month ceremony here for April. My name is Brian Radovich. I'm the assistant principal for the senior class, the class of 2022. It's always a pleasure for me to host this event, especially on a Friday morning. It's indeed an honor for all of the students and the parents to be here this morning, considering the large population at LT that we have and how your student has found a way to stand out with that large population. The students being honored today will be presented by their nominating teachers, so we're going to ask that students come up along with the teacher as they present your award and they talk to us about what exactly made you stand out for this honor of Student of the Month. Students too, please, I would ask as you come up, there's a nice black X here next to the podium. We want to make sure that you're right in that LTTV shot for this, and that it will be posted online as well later for you to view. So teachers are going to come up, they're going to share why students have been nominated. If teachers have to leave in the course of the presentation, please excuse that as they may have to teach a class at a different campus this morning. So without further ado, we are going to start our presentations. The first teacher to present is going to be Mrs. Radzalowski from the Family and Consumer Sciences Department, and she's going to present Margaret to us. So come on up.
Margaret's so excited to be here this morning. I am just so lucky to get to be Maggie's teacher in culinary arts. From day one, Maggie has worked to ensure that everyone in our class is treated with dignity. She is ready, willing, and quick to provide clear feedback in a way that does not shame. Because of Maggie's confident, direct corrections, I truly believe that period 2 is a better place. She is a big part of why I will remember this semester as a special time. Plus, she's fun to be around. Thank you so much, Margaret.
Thank you.
Awesome job, Margaret. Next up, Mrs. Radzalowski, don't go too far. You are actually going to present for Mr. Elwood, who couldn't be here today, and you're going to present Monica. So come on up.
I'm back so soon. I don't know Monica. Is Monica here? No? Okay. So I'm going to read what Mr. Elwood wrote about Monica. Monica is a rock star in this class. She is understanding a very complicated piece of furniture of what she learned in Furniture and Cabinet Making 1 because of the COVID time frame. She works every day and does her absolute best. She's unstoppable. I can see the woodworking wheels turning in her head each day, and she is just a pleasure to have in class. I didn't even blink when I heard I had to nominate someone for Student of the Month this month. It was immediate. Monica. Monica, thank you for working so hard in my class on a project that is very advanced. It is looking amazing, and thanks to your hard work ethic. Congrats on being my pick for Student of the Month. Thank you.
Congrats to Monica. Next from the art department, Ms. Jamie Ray from Advanced Photography is going to present Julia to us.
Good morning.
morning. Julia couldn't be here today, but I wanted to present and discuss how fabulous she is. So Julia Alvarado and I have had the pleasure of working together in the past, which is why I was so excited to see her name back on my roster for advanced photography this semester. With most art students, there is a suggested due date, which usually gets pushed back because of various reasons. To my surprise and delight, Julia has always been ahead of due dates and deadlines. She was absent the day I assigned self-portraits, but Julia read what was posted on Canvas and took it upon herself to take the photos that afternoon and evening. This has been the trend throughout the entire semester. Julia is also very willing to accept criticism or suggestions on her work and has not hesitated to go back into her projects and rework them or find other references in which to guide her. Aside from just creating fantastic visual masterpieces, Julia is extremely well-versed and great at writing. Every couple of weeks before we begin a new unit, I assign students to research photographers and organize them into their personal websites. Julia's summaries of each artist are always top-notch, thorough, insightful, and as you probably can guess, always done ahead of time. Thank you, Julia, for being such an inspiration to me and others. I'm eager to see how the rest of her expressions grow this semester.
Congrats also to Julia. Next up from World Languages, Mr. Sweeney is going to present Caroline to us from Latin Poetry. Caroline is here, so come on up.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Sweeney. I'm the Latin teacher here at Lyons Township, and I'm thrilled to recognize Caroline as an exceptional student in our Latin poetry class here at North Campus. Caroline is a valued member of our Latin classroom community in our 6th period poetry class. She has a positive attitude and an enthusiasm for class every day, and both of those serve as great models for her classmates. We spend a lot of time, after we translate poetry from Latin into English, we spend a lot of time in class analyzing and discussing that poetry together as a class, and Caroline is always ready to offer her perspectives that are considerate and that are insightful, and she also does an exceptional job of listening to her classmates' perspectives and responding to those in a way that promotes and continues discussion as opposed to just kind of ending a discussion. So that kind of empathy is really reflective of her ability to make others feel welcome and seen and heard, and that's not something that every high school senior is able to do. She also does this in our Latin club regularly, and I think that just speaks volumes about her character and her interpersonal skills. So Caroline, I am really grateful to be able to teach such a fantastic student as yourself. Thank you for the work that you put into our classroom to make it such a safe and welcoming space. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Caroline. Next up from the Physical Education Department, Ms. Byer is going to present Katie to us.
Perfect. Good morning. It is my pleasure to be able to nominate Katie for Student of the Month. There are so many wonderful attributes that Katie has, and one of the things that really helped Katie to stand out this semester was enthusiasm. Katie comes to class every day happy, excited to be there, and that is contagious. It makes our class a better place. Katie has challenged herself. She's in a rock climbing class right now, and as a new person to rock climbing, the skills can be very exhilarating and sometimes stressful. And Katie has, I think, experienced all of that throughout this semester. She's challenged herself on a daily basis, and one of the really wonderful things about an exceptional rock climbing student is that when things get tough, they don't give up. Katie doesn't give up. She's able to self-advocate. She's able to articulate when something gets stressful. She faces that and works through it. And as an example of that, when Miss Fay was in class video taping all of our skills, Katie had the choice of whichever skill she wanted to do, and she chose to do the most challenging skill for her at the moment. And that speaks volumes about her character, which is exactly why she's our Student of the Month for PE. I'm so glad to have you in class.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Great job, Katie. Look forward to checking out that Skill 2 on the LTT TV production, too, online. Next up, Mrs. Ashley Rogers is going to present Abina from the Business Department.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Rogers, and I'm actually a student teacher here at LT, and I am so lucky to have Abina as one of my students in my marketing class. Abina is a joy to have in class. She is always eager to participate and provide such insightful and thoughtful comments to the class. She always brings a unique perspective to the discussion or topic. She is very kind and considerate of her classmates' feelings. She is respectful of everyone around her. She is honest and always has a positive mindset. As a marketing student, she thinks outside the box. She has the mind of a marketer. As a past marketing professional myself, Abina would have fit right in with our marketing team. She is very poised, soft-spoken, but firm in her delivery. She asks the right questions and exudes confidence when presenting. She strives for success and works to the best of her ability. I am very proud of her performance in class and proud to be her student teacher. Congratulations, Abina.
Great job, Abina. Next up, I'm going to ask Mrs. Radzalowski to come back up from the Social Studies Department. She's going to present for Mrs. Piper, and she's going to present Delaney for us.
Now I'm filling in for Mrs. Piper, so I'm going to read what Mrs. Piper has to say about Delaney. I have had the privilege of teaching Delaney during her freshman year and again during her junior year. Teaching both freshmen and juniors gives me the opportunity to see students grow and mature over 3 years, and watching Delaney's growth over the last 3 years has been fun. As a freshman, she was a strong student, but I was waiting for her to come out of her shell, and that is what I've seen and heard this year. She's a very strong academic student who takes her education very seriously. She studies hard and takes advantages of retakes when necessary. She's a delight to have in class, and seeing her grow and mature over the last 3 years has been very fun for me. Congratulations, Delaney.
Great job, Delaney. Next up, I'm going to ask Ms. Price and Mr. Karpiak to come up, part of our library staff, to discuss Catherine. Come on up, Catherine.
Good morning. I'm here, I'm Ms. Price, I'm the North Campus librarian, and I am here today to recognize our library aide, Catherine Kate Bonanno. I think we started this year as a library staff with a good deal of trepidation. After a year and a half of pandemic learning, we hadn't had the opportunity to have students in our space, given the schedule. So I think we worried, what's it going to be like? Are kids still going to come? Are they going to find, our once vibrant space full of, friends and activity relevant? And we didn't really need to worry about that. Once we opened our doors, the kids came. And that's how we got to know Kate first semester. She came sixth period with a large group of outgoing friends and quickly set herself apart when we would introduce activities such as what I remember first is our Cards for Cole, a student who has cancer, and we were making cards for him, and Kate just jumped right in, got everyone involved in making cards, and as time went on, I learned that Kate was going into special education, and it was a real passion of hers to work with students. So fast forward to second semester, schedules changed. Kate's friends were in different periods, and she and I were talking, and she really just wanted to be in the library. And I said, well, why don't you be a library aide? I think, this is your place. And so we decided that she would start second semester as our library aide. And from day one, Kate has made a difference in the library, creating displays, coming up with activities for us to do, getting other students involved, helping others at any chance she got. And I think day one we joked, yeah, Kate's our best aide ever. So she's definitely set herself apart, and we're really honored to have her in the library this year and very fortunate to have gotten to know her. So congrats, Kate.
Great job, Kate. Sounds like the library is going to miss you in about 27 days, something like that. Next up, Ms. Spala from the math department is going to present Arden for us. Come on.
Arden is a hardworking and dedicated student. In the classroom, you will often find her arriving early to class, chatting with her peers, and preparing for the lesson ahead. Arden is prepared for class and ready to tackle the challenges that present themselves. In addition, Arden always puts her best effort into any assignment. Often she completes her assignments. You can find Arden supporting the learning of her peers. She is a great asset to the classroom. Many students benefit from the additional help Arden provides. Lastly, Arden is always in a positive mood. The energy she brings to class helps us to support a positive classroom environment where learning thrives. Thank you, Arden, and congratulations.
Thank you for your positivity, Arden. And next up from the science department, we have Mrs. Lonroth, who is going to present Laura for us.
In this time of pandemic burnout, Laura has been like a vaccine, fighting off the invasive ennui that has invaded many of our students. The physics teacher just broke out the French word. I just want to point that out. The French word ennui actually is defined as a feeling of lifelessness and dissatisfaction arising from a lack of occupation or excitement. All the teachers here would identify with that, probably the parents also. But post-pandemic teaching has been tough, but students like Laura are the ones that help me keep the faith. That intellectual curiosity is still alive and well. Now, I'm not saying that Laura actually gets excited about momentum and acceleration. I doubt that there's probably other classes that she might be more interested in the content, but that makes it even more impressive, the effort and the attention that she gives to her learning. Laura isn't satisfied with rote understanding. She asks questions until she understands something, what we're talking about on a deeper level. And that not only benefits Laura, but it really benefits everyone else in the class. A student that will question is like gold to a teacher. So I really appreciate her in class. I think it really makes a big difference to our classes in general. My classes change around a lot from semester to semester, and the Laura switch students because classes change around, and I can see the same effect in both semesters in terms of her presence in class and her questioning and her determination to really understand the material. She also comes in after school for help at the slightest bit of lack of understanding. As soon as she's slightly confused, she'll come in and ask questions again until she understands it, or work on the material with me after school until she really feels confident about what we're doing. So, Laura, you have the skills to, if you're not going to be a physicist, you have the skills to be a great anything you want, which I understand is some sort of doctor. So physics will help you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Awesome job, Laura. Next up from our AP office, Ms. Jakoviak is going to present 3 of our aides that we've had this year, Liliana, Madison, and Caitlin, if you could come on up.
Okay. So in the AP office, we have aides, and today we'd like to recognize 3 of them, which me and my coworkers and the whole ADP department are so appreciative in all their work. So first, Ms. Lily. Lily, you are a wonderful aide, dependable, committed, and oh so flexible in your skills. When you are given a task, we know it will be done by delivering the passes, taking out the recycling, or filling teachers' mailboxes. We know it will be done, and always with a smile. Thank you, Lily. You were such a pleasure to work with. And Miss Madison, professionalism, polite, well-spoken, calm, and Miss Kathy said sometimes, and presentable is all part of being professional. Even though Madison had a little bit of a rough start at the beginning, she has shown such great respect for her job as an aide. She has gained confidence and maturity this semester. Thank you, Madison, for showing us that you can represent the office with loyalty and dependability. And Miss Caitlin, you are always happy and smiling, and the passes are delivered and willing to help with additional tasks that we so appreciate. You are dependable, cheerful, and a talented artist. We are amazed at your talent. That, with your personality, is a combination for success. We appreciate you. So ladies, continue to know what sparks the light in you, then use that light to illuminate the world. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you, girls, for all your hard work. In the AP office, it gets a little chaotic at times, too. It takes a special person to work there, too, and really set the standard for us to do that job and to be positive and polite and, keep some of those things too confidential, which we appreciate. So they do an awesome job for us. Next up, we have from our counseling department, Ms. Strickland is going to present Olivia for us. Olivia is from Ms. Melcher's class, but Olivia or Ms. Melcher could not make it this morning, but Ms. Strickland's going to speak on her behalf.
Hi there. I didn't know I was presenting today. I just found out when I got here, so pardon the casual attire, but go Sox, opening day. Okay. And I read this before now, and everything is true, what Ms. Melcher said about Olivia. So here goes. I am so terribly sorry that I am unable to be there in person this morning to present this award to Olivia Greffenstedt. Olivia is a student in my first period English 3A class, and she excels in every aspect of my course. While she is a strong writer and diligent student, during class discussion, I am often blown away by Olivia's deep analysis and thought. I have an expression I reserve for those students who make connections or comments that awe me. I say, you get a gold star for the day. With Olivia, I think I actually need to go out and purchase some gold star stickers because she has a unique ability to look at literature through multiple lenses, to examine the impact of race and gender on characters and situations. I recently wrote her an email thanking her for her contributions to discussion, for elevating the discourse for all my students. This has been a difficult year for students and for teachers. Despite all of the challenges for everyone, Olivia has stepped up as a leader in a class that demands much of students. For me, she is a bright spot in my morning and worthy of many gold stars. Congratulations, Olivia.
Great job to Olivia, and all of you can pick up your gold stars before you leave today, too. So that is going to conclude our ceremony for Student of the Month for April today. Before we leave, I would like to thank a few people. I would like to thank LTTV and Candy Faye in the back, too, for filming our ceremony. I'd like to thank Ms. Jakoviak from the AP office who puts all the work into organizing the event. Students, I'd like to take another moment just to say congratulations again to you. You have truly set yourself apart from other students with all of your hard work, your commitment, your integrity, your thoughtfulness, academic success, your leadership, and your positive attitude. Throughout the school year, there's been a lot of challenges too. The resilience that we've seen from your students sitting here is really honorable. And last but not least, I would like to thank and congratulate the parents who are here and who are not here today. Without your continual support, without your commitment and your guidance, we wouldn't have such fine students here at LT and such fine citizens to recognize. So thank you again all for coming, and have a great Friday.